You're still watching Upfront at kasama natin ang ating guest co-host from Team Motolite. Siyempre, sa PVL, we have Iris Talanada. Anyway, Iris, you know, you've been away, but now you're back, and we're so happy to have you. Pero for your opinion, how much has Pinoy volleyball grown through the years?
Players over time have just gotten better. Coaches, I think, are learning a lot more and training the athletes differently here. So it's great to see all the improvement, especially from my past opponents, for sure.
Ooh, I love it. And of course, just like you, making the PVL even more intense are these standout athletes. And we have Doc AJ Pareja sharing some of his top 5 most favorite players to watch out for.
Check out if your favorite volleyball player from this all-Filipino conference made it to Doc AJ's top picks.
As the race to the PVL Open Conference Final Four heats up, veterans and rising stars have separated themselves from the pack. For today's top picks, the doctor is in as expert analyst AJ Pareja reveals the breakout players in the PVL.
Hi, I'm Doc AJ Pareja, and here are my top picks for breakout players in the PVL Open Conference. The PVL Open Conference is exciting to watch this year because coming from a very exciting reinforced conference, now we can see all the local standouts slug it out, and it's a long tournament and more teams have been participating, so it's a good, unpredictable season. A breakout player for me is someone who stands out above the rest, not necessarily as the only person doing the damage for the team, but someone who is contributing to a lot of fields, not just in one aspect, and can uplift the team to secure a victory. In no particular order, my first pick is obviously the captain of the Creamline Pool Smashers, Alyssa Valdez. We all know how much she is very much a contributing factor in the attack, but also her services has been very deadly for the Creamline Pool Smashers all throughout the tournament. We know what she's capable, and I believe that this is not yet her peak form. She can do so much better in terms of her physicality, in terms of her elevation, in terms of the power of her attack. But so far, with the consistency that she's been showing, it's very much helpful for the Creamline Pool Smashers. My next pick is another obvious choice from the Creamline Pool Smashers, the setter, Morado, because out of all the teams here in the PVL, she's still one of the most standout in terms of setting. And with the way she distributes the ball, she ensures that all the players or all the spikers of Creamline are very much activated. Expect Gia to put a lot more variation in terms of her setting, as they have to challenge or get challenged by taller teams like Chocomucho and Petrogas, where there are very dominant middles in terms of attack and block. So it's up to Gia to really be the one to evade all the blockers and help her spikers have an easier way coming through. My next pick is Jovelyn Gonzaga, or the Bionic Ilongga, from the Pacific Town Army Lady Troopers. And coming off from a serious knee injury from the previous conferences, it has been an inspiration to see Jovelyn Gonzaga do what she does best in the opposite position, and I'm excited to see her regain her peak form throughout this conference. We know that she's still not at par with her peak form in the past, but we know that with her continuous training and strength and conditioning that we will see the Jovelyn Gonzaga that we were admiring before. And so far, with the heart that she's showing, it's already coming close. My next pick is from the Philippine Air Force Lady Jet Spikers, Dell Palomata. I've always been a fan of this lady. She's #1 currently in terms of spiking and #2 in blocking. So it's pretty much what is expected from a tall and dominant middle. So I'm expecting more physicality from her. I still stand by my opinion that she's very much national team caliber, given a good strength and conditioning program. We all know that Air Force is a team that has a rich championship experience but is currently struggling in the Open Conference, and Del Palomata has been one of the lone bright stars for Air Force. So if she can continue to do her job well, at least it can uplift her teammates to perform better in their upcoming games. And And last but not the least, it's Cienne Cruz, of course, from the Petrogas Flying Angels. And she has been the heart and soul of the team, with being the #1 receiver and #2 digger in the league right now. Cienne Cruz is an indispensable member of the Petrogas Angels, and as they try to secure a championship here in the Open Conference, her experience or her leadership in the backcourt is very much important for them. It's so inspiring to see the growth of Cienne Cruz, even from her UA80 days where she wasn't really used much, not utilized much, and she's not even a libero of her team. But being a libero starting in her professional career has been a sight to see for Cienne Cruz. She's not the most flashy or most fancy of all the liberos, and you don't see her dive around that much in the court, but her presence or the way she positions herself is very much how she is standing out above the rest. No unnecessary movements, no unnecessary positioning. It's just very efficient in terms of her positioning on the court. And those are my top picks for breakout players here in the PVL Open Conference. Watch out for more topics only here at UpFront.